Destination, the map for round 2. Lomo does take round 1, and Lomo for that first round, he went with the proxy barrack. Went out. It wasn't as aggressive. It's not like he built the barrack on the doorstep of Com. He actually just did it in kind of a relatively safe way. What he did was he built the barrack just in front of his expansion area, so kind of gave it an option. He realized he was going to do an early push with the Marines, but at the same time, he didn't completely go all in with the strategy because it did originally fail, allowing Com to do a counterattack, but he was still able to keep the barracks far back enough where it was protecting against his expansion, and when he had the bunker there, he was able to hold off the push, or the counterattack, I should say, by Com.
All right, well, in these early moments of the game, I'm going to share with you a kind of funny story about Lomo. So apparently, I told you guys about Naver, right? It's like the Google of Korea. Well, Naver has this thing where, like, they have a photo site and et cetera, like the images file. And when you go there, they tell you what the top 10, like, most searched things were. And there was a point where Lomo came up as the 3rd most searched image on Naver.
Wow.
So then everyone's like, oh, is it because he's good, or is it because he's good looking? So you go and you realize it's because there was this ordeal where a college assistant professor, she looked just like Lomo. Okay, female woman. Her name was Shin Jung-ah. She looks just like Lomo, and she was caught in some scandal where she lied about her degree or whatever, and there was an art festival, and I don't even know the whole story, but because of this scandal, everyone wanted to see what she looked like, but there were no pictures of her. So then they started posting up pictures of Lomo instead because they look so much alike. And then he found out about it later on. He's like, why am I on this Naver search? And then he figured out that they've been using his picture in place of her. I don't know, I just thought it was a little
interesting story.
Tidbit. Yep. All right, so tell us what's going on.
Well, what is going on is Lomo is going for a more traditional startup this time, as he's got his barracks as well as his supply depot to box off his entrance there. Oh, look at that! Com with the drone knocks off an SCV. Not a huge deal, I guess, but certainly the little things do count in the long run. Com has sent his overlord sort of the long way around, but he also did send a drone to scout out and take a look at what he is doing. And look at this, Lomo is actually going to a factory already, while Com is going to a 2-hatchery spawning pool. He does have his extractor up, so that means we can probably see some sort of an upgrade. The question, once again, will he be going to a Mutalisk upgrade or a Hydralisk upgrade? I think the more traditional play these days for Zerg versus Terran is definitely to go with the Mutalisk upgrade first. Now Lomo has sent an SCV down to check out what Com is up to. He just realizes that he is going to a 3rd hatchery. The 3rd hatchery has started after, rather than before the spawning pool, but regardless, looks like he might lose that SCV as he's being chased down. And as for Lomo, why did he make that factory? Well, it appears that it wasn't to go straight to tanks or vultures, but in fact to go straight to a starport. So I guess the question right now is, might we see Wraiths come out? It is well, he's going to a double starport, so it's very clear that he does want to go air. Will he go to Wraiths, Valkyries? Definitely things to consider.
Valkyries. We saw how that worked for Boxer there.
Yeah, I mean, it is a different strategy. It takes a little bit longer to go, but it's a strategy that can work at times. I mean, obviously, to be able to knock off as many overlords as possible is going to be a benefit to anyone playing against Zerg. But at the same time, of course, you can also accomplish that with Marines.
So why do you think he's going to go Wraiths?
Well, once again, I think the prediction that he's probably going with right now is that he's expecting Com to go with a Mutalisk upgrade, which is normal. So if he expects that, then he's going to try to battle that off, counter that with the Wraiths. And indeed, there they are. And look at this. Interestingly enough, Calm has actually gone to Hydralisks instead. He has not gone to Wraith, or he has not gone to Mutalisks, so we can expect Lurkers. And this will be interesting to see if he's now going to realize that Lomo has Wraith. Going with the air attack, he will have some Hydralisks to defend against them. But at the same time, let's see if he knocks off any Overlords with those Wraiths as well. He's doing a good job right now of picking off some of these drones, actually. Lomo's Wraith path is proven pretty good so far, I would say. And we'll see if he continues to pump those out or if he brings some more Marines up. This harassment with the Wraith is definitely proving to be very effective. Only 2 Wraiths, and he's probably knocked off a good 3 or 4 drones, I believe. And of course, more importantly, without losing any of those Wraiths. 3 Wraiths, and now Calm is working on a Spire, so he will indeed bring out some Mutalisks. Looks like he's got about 5 Wraiths. And now Lomo is going to a machine shop to upgrade. And another interesting thing, doing a good job of taking off these drones, going after the Vespian gas. That's going to slow down Calm for sure. Lomo's Wraith harassment proving very worthy, and now he's got the cloaking as well. Of course, he does have the Overlord there to spot it. 4 kills for that 1 Wraith. If you add up the total kills, probably much more than that, maybe about 8 or 9 drones perhaps. Calm has gone to Scourges to counter-attack those Wraiths. I wonder if it'd be more effective to go to Lurkers, however. For the time being, he's going to try to counter against the Wraiths, though, instead of taking the offensive. Well, for the time being, it looks like Calm has been able to build up some defensive units to defend against the harassment. And now Lomo has started to expand.
Well, I guess while we're waiting on that, I have some more tidbit information. Yay.
Oh, you do?
I always do. No, I just wanted to let you guys know, in the last 10 games against Terrans for Calm, he has won 3, lost 7. Lomo, in his last 10 games versus Zerg, won 7, lost 3.
Well, I'll tell you, at the rate that this game is going, I'm liking Lomo's chances right now. He's got his expansion up, and right now, Calm, he's got only 1 expansion up. Ideally, with Zerg versus Terran, you'd like to have more expansions from a Zerg standpoint. He does have some Mutalisks to go in for his turn to attack, but plenty of turrets up. Let's see if he can micro off some of these turrets. He knocks off 1, but now look at the Wraiths there. Speed upgrade on the Overlords to spot the Wraiths. Very smart by Calm, of course. That should be a no-brainer. And now trying to do some harassment of his own, going after those Wraiths. And he's going to need some more Marines to help out against this right now, as he does knock off that turret. Lomo in a little bit of trouble right now. He's got to bring some more Marines down, and he's probably going to have to build at least another turret, probably 2 more. Only 3 Wraiths to defend right now for Lomo, and as the Marines do come up, Calm is going to be forced to back off, and just now, Calm is now working on that expansion that I was talking about that he is going to need over at the 9 o'clock side. Expansion area being defended now by Lomo. Calm doing a good job on that harassment and perhaps getting back into this game somewhat. Marines there to defend. There's 2 turrets back up. We'll see if we'll have to see if Calm has gone to Lurkers yet. There's the eggs right now. He's got to get on the offensive on that expansion. Obviously, I want to do as much harassment as possible with the Mutalisks. You're going to need more turrets there for Lomo, probably. And well, eventually his mutalisk count is going down somewhat.
When do you think there's going to be a hive?
A hive tech, he's definitely going to have to think about that soon, since he does have the lurkers out. So obviously, he's going to want to upgrade to a hive when, obviously, to make the defilers. As of now, we haven't seen Lomo with the science vessels out yet, so it's not going to be as urgent just yet. Right now for Com. Here are the lurkers now, burrowing under. He's going to have to scan, but he's got to build up a number of Marines there first, otherwise it's going to be basically pointless. Mutalisk's there to help out as well. He's going to have to go in soon, otherwise he's going to lose too many Marines right now. Lomo's winning a lot of Marines. He's probably going to lose that scan if he doesn't hurry. Com pushing in with those lurkers. This is actually turning out to be a pretty good game now. More lurkers. Lomo in some trouble here. Definitely in some trouble. And indeed, as you mentioned, if Com does go up to a hive tech soon and get those defilers out, then Lomo will definitely be in a lot of trouble right now. He has scanned. Lomo's going to have to get either a science vessel out to help against these lurkers. Look at this. He doesn't even care that he can be spotted by those turrets. Not bothering him one bit. The lurkers pushing to the backside. Lomo in a lot of trouble. The Mutalisks are going to have their reign once those turrets are taken out, and this expansion will fall. Tank finally out. Better late than never, I guess, for Lomo. That should have been out there a little bit earlier. And his science vessel is going to be very late, of course, because he went to the Wraith Tech early on in the game. That's what's setting him back right now. It was a risky play. He was being effective with it, but then as he got attacked, he wasn't able to defend it early enough, and his tech has been slowed down by that. Tank is up in time to able to get these lurkers, but pretty soon I would expect that Com should be on his way to a hive tech soon. The scan taken out, and therefore finally now Lomo has to waste another scan to take off that lurker. Here's a dropship. Oh, the Scourges just miss out on it. He has spotted the dropship, but the Scourges missed it on the first attempt. And as Lomo drops, we'll see if this is effective at all. It looks like these units are simply going to be picked off easily. And right now, as I mentioned, Lomo has his back against the wall right now. Scan. Tanks trying to push out a little bit. With the scan, he's not going to be able to do this simply with the scan. He's going to have to work on a science vessel eventually. Com simply has too much for Lomo right now. And what's very important right now, as I mentioned, that 9 o'clock expansion that Com was able to get up, he got that up in time, and right now his macro game is outproducing Lomo. And Com does have the drop upgrade. He's going to be able to drop onto the main. If he drops, then this could be GG. This could easily be GG. Lomo in a lot of trouble. Lomo has no idea. He's got no idea. Com going into the main base. One tank there and that's it. He's also producing more lurkers with those hydralisks. Lurkers are barrowing under. And the tanks are not going to be able to get up there. They're on the low ground. And if he gets rid of the science facility, this is going to be a lot of trouble. The vessel is not going to make it out. This should be GG soon. This could easily be GG. Some more units coming up for Com. And it looks like we're going to see a third and deciding match, because right now I can't see how Lomo could possibly defend this. For the time being, he's safe, but he is way behind right now. Com is having his way, going with the drop upgrade, brilliant. Wise decision. Lomo trying to do a little harassment with his Wraith. Just one Wraith. Lomo trying to do everything he can everything and anything he can to try to get back into this game. Using that Wraith to try to harass a bit. But as I mentioned, I still can't see how it would be possible for him to get back into this game. He just simply lost too much damage was done on that drop. And another drop from the backside on the expansion. He's going to be losing plenty of SCVs. Lomo had lost about 4 or 5 SCVs at least there before he realized that Lurker had been there on the backside of his expansion. Just now the tank's there. 8 kills for that Lurker there. 8 kills before it's finally taken out by the tank. So Lomo looks like he's going to go for another drop. And speaking of that, Lomo says touche. Did I say Lomo there? I meant calm. But here comes Lomo. And here comes Calm to the backside. And it looks like Lomo has it spotted. He knows it's coming. But it's going to be too late. He's going to lose some more supply depots on the backside there as well. And here comes the drop for Lomo. Spotted by the Hydralist. That means he's going to be spotted before he can get to the base here of Calm. Dropping on the backside. But at the same time, Calm's drop is also being very effective. Lomo's drop is being squashed here as his units are being pushed back. This could easily be GG anytime. I just can't see how he could come out of this.
I was going to ask, do you think there's anything that Lomo can do right now?
I really don't. I mean, he can continue to play this out and perhaps wait for Calm to make a mistake. But at the rate that this game is going, I mean, he's just lost too many units. I mean, if he can have a successful drop, he's doing the right idea. I mean, doing the double dropship drop, that's the way to go. He's got to be able to knock off some of these expansions. But the problem is, every time he's going for a drop, he's being spotted by Calm. He's got to be able to somehow sneak a dropship through, knock off one of these bases, and maybe he'll have a chance. But at the same time, it's going to be next to impossible to do simply because Calm is doing the same thing. He's dropping on him at the same time, and he's obviously more effective because he's got so many more units to work with. He has the luxury of having a failed attack. And look at this, 11 kills for this Lurker. I don't know that there's anything he can do. Oh, look at that. Scan, and he picks up the Lurker. Beautiful micro. And look at this. 7 more Overlords to drop with. And if I said it before, I'm going to say it this time. I think this time it should be the final push. If he gets onto the main, this should be it. It really should. Here he comes. He doesn't have anything on the main. And looking at the sheer number, 7 Overlords drop. There's the GG. What a game. Calm evening it up at a game apiece. We're going to go to a rubber match. And we are even at 1. Look at that. Calm, your winner. Team Union 1. Looking calm. Calm as a cucumber as he takes the win. Lomo a little bit disappointed. He went for a little bit more of an unorthodox style, going with the double starport opening to go with the race. It failed. Actually, I'm not even going to say that it failed. It did okay, but I think in the long run, his middle game wasn't as good. And I think the harassment with the Mutalisk by Calm simply proved to be worthy, and that turned out to lead to victory in that particular game.
All right. Well, I mean, our third map now is what was it called again? Neo Requiem. Mm-hmm. This is the first time we're going to be able to show it to you on GOM TV. Neo Requiem.
To it.
I know, so am I. I don't know anything about it, to be completely honest with you.
Well, we'll have a look at it together.
We will.
We'll see exactly what the strategies are going to be that the players take as well. Once again, I think we've seen some unorthodox strategies by Lomo in both these games against Com, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what he does. He obviously doesn't seem to want to go with the conventional double barracks push forward. He's going, he went with the fast barrack with the early push with the Marines in the first game. Second time he's gone with the double starport. So Lomo has taken some chances.
Yeah.
He's putting himself out there. Com wasn't ready for it maybe the first time, but the second time he certainly was. And we've had some great battles with these two players.
Oh my gosh! Well, I'm kind of sad I missed that first game. But hopefully this third one will prove to be just as intense and crazy.
I'm sure it's going to be. Neo Requiem is going to be the site of the map. Let's check out the rubber match. Winner to advance to the round of 32.
I'm excited. All
Okay,
right.
I think we're just about ready to go.